second monitor here.
Cool, and we're live. Right, I'll hop into the game just so people have something to look at, and I'll post all the links and all that stuff, and I'll do a proper intro in a second. Sure we haven't missed anything. This is where it's like, day one reveal.
Every
Nope.
time. Something
Nope.
wacky.
Sud and Godaming together. 2 Dracula cards already in the discard pile. Oi oi oi. Here we
It'll
go.
be a banger.
Oh, I hope so, especially after the last one they did.
Who have we got? I haven't even seen
It's
yet.
Mistergreen and Mettking again.
Ooh, okay.
Of course, we recorded them last week, but yeah, it's just because obviously.
It's a grudge match.
Yeah, very few games, only 6 games. So if you play somebody week 1, you're going to play them week 2 as well. So yeah. Right, I got the links, so let me post them. And
All right, I'm in the game.
Thing. Sweet. Oh, high scopes. Nope. Oh no, Amsterdam. Feels bad. Yeah, like that comment from a Kajic in the chat. Good luck to you both, which actually then just cancels out. So bad luck to both of you. It's like, oh well then. Oh, unlucky final Mina. Anywho, right. I don't know if anybody's watching. You'll have to tell me how many viewers we've got. I'm in the dark
take a
here.
look. One watching now. I think it's me. Here's your like.
Hey. There you go.
That's all right.
Oh well, I'll do the intro for all the people who watch this back afterwards. Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more action from the League of Dracula. As you can tell, we've got Captain Gyro here in the commentary booth with me. Hey,
Hey everybody, glad to be back in the seat. It's just like old times, waking up with my coffee, sitting down for some Fury of Dracula with Scott Sword.
Absolutely, and Group A winner, by the way. You're having a nice wee break before the final league.
Just sitting and relaxing.
Yeah, unlike these two players who got the stress of trying to get through the second stage, we've got Mistergreen on Hunters and Mettking on Dracula.
Hey, and we've got Arukamania in the chat, everybody.
Woohoo!
How you doing, Aru?
Arukamania hype, let's go. Oh, come on, Mettking fan club, come on.
Where's the Mettking gang? They need to be showing up in droves to support.
Absolutely. I mean, this is massive, because obviously we recorded these two players playing last week, but just because there's only 6 matches in the second stage, then, you know, if you play somebody week 1, you've got to play them week 2, and so on. So yeah, they've already played the reverse roles. Mettking won that one. Pretty mental game. There's a 1 turn away from victory with a vampire about to mature, and all the hunters were just so close to death, but Mettking just whispered to the item deck and got a heavily host off the top. That did it.
It always seems to happen after the reshuffle.
Yeah, because all 3 of them were in there as well, but still, the odds weren't that great picking it up. It was by 1 in 10, but still, yeah.
Wow.
Very, very good game, though, nonetheless. So, Mettking's doing very well. 2-0. Beat Mistergreen, beat Randiv, both on Hunters. So now this is his first Dracula game. Mistergreen beat Warecraft, and Mistergreen was Hunters that day. So Mistergreen is back to 1-1 now. So this is massive. If Mettking can win, that's him 3-0. Very strong position. Not through yet, but very good position. Whereas Mistergreen can win here, then they're both 2-1. And obviously they'll never play each other again in this stage, so they'll have to rely on other players doing favors for them. But it's kind of like this weird, you end up with very weird bedfellows, right? You'll be wanting someone to beat somebody in one match, and then literally the next match you will want them to lose, and all this sort of stuff. It'd be mental, but anyway.
Yeah, you could have a situation like where I lost to Spencer Wolfhart, only to, you know, that was my only loss in my group, and only for me to cheer him on against Randiv in his very next game. Yeah, you never know who you're gonna end up pulling for based on how it works out.
Exactly. What do you think about this? You know, this matchup and like the performances so far in the first stage and in the second stage so far. What do you make of it all?
Oh, it's been a hoot. It's been a really fun time. Obviously, I really enjoy having the break because it's a lot of games to play to get to the very top. So I think that format kind of works. Give the people who got that win, give them like a little reward for that, and it is almost like a double elimination sort of thing, right? Because you've got your first chance is to win the whole thing, and then your second chance is to take second or third, and then win after that, right? So it is almost like a double elimination.
The second one, you got the hard task of then playing against other players who also finished second and third in the group.
Exactly. It gets tougher to go.
In this group, if I remember rightly, Mettking had the best record in the first stage. He was 5-3 after his 8 games, and all the others were 4-4. But I don't know if that will mean anything as we go on, but that's just how it all panned out.
Yeah, there's been some good play, like some really high level play has been going on in these games.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very enjoyable.
Right from the very beginning too. It's not like maybe. I think in the first stage last year, just because the top players kind of knew, oh well, you know, it doesn't really matter if I lose to, you know, if I was a Mistergreen, it doesn't really matter if I lose to Pirate Joe or Roscoe, because I'll still probably make it in the top 3 of the group. Whereas this league's just been crazy, and all the top matches, you know, have been full on from the beginning because it's so vital that, you know, you have to win your games to get top spot, as you were saying, or then you want to try and get second or third, and then you know, do you finish second, try and get a more favourable draw? But then if you look at something like Mettking, I think was a little bit annoyed at the end because he looked at it and went, "Oh, for goodness sake, I finished second. I end up with Mistergreen and Warecraft. Like, what did I do to deserve this?" But at the moment, he's doing well. Hasn't played Warecraft yet, but.
And a big part of it comes down to who you're grouped with as well. You know, we could be in a different world right now where I was in the same group as Wakazik and Quincy Morris, and maybe I lost to both of them, right? And now maybe I'm in the pit scrapping it out with the rest of them. Yeah. There's certainly an element of just chance involved, but that's like any competition. Who you're up against is kind of randomly determined.
Yeah, exactly. It's all part of it. I mean, but then also I'd argue, you know, if you want to be the best, you have to be prepared to beat anybody to get there. So, you know.
True. You won't get to the top in this format without playing all the top people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nobody gets a free ride.
No, I wouldn't say so. No. Or even if you did manage to, I don't know how you could, based upon, you know, the experience of the players, but even if you did argue that somebody had an easier first stage draw, well, then they're going to get found out in the final league, right? If they've got, if their talent is real, then they will also do it in the final league. So
everybody's going to know what a phony I am.
I wasn't referring to you. But no, I think, yeah, it's just been very topsy-turvy. But it's really nice to see, you know, like the likes of yourself, Edward Scissorhands, and Wakazik going through, just to show, you know, that it's not just this. And there's nothing wrong with the old guard. Obviously, if I was in this, you know, then I'd be on the chopping block as well, most likely. But it's just nice to have, you know, newer players, or you've been in the community for a while, but a newcomer to the tournament is able to come in, compete with everybody. You've got a good chance to get through if you play well and stuff. So.
It's a great chance to show, the newcomers that not to be intimidated, not to be like shut out of the community. Everybody's got a chance in this game.
Absolutely, yeah, I completely agree. Anything out of the ordinary? Nope, not particularly. Just supplying
chugging
up
along.
As usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. First week things. No rumor tokens.
We're starting to get pretty full up on events. Van Helsing has 3, Mina has 3, Seward has 3.
Oh, that's probably because only 4 Dracula cards in the discard. You got 2 in the first day, but then has been drawing nothing but 100 events since then. So yeah, the draw has been in his favor a little bit.
You have to hope as the Hunter player that you don't draw too many good events, because then you start having to throw them away once your hands start to get full here. So you really need to hit that newspaper reports that hired scouts, something like that. Even an ally wouldn't be bad.
You'd rather be in this position than some other players where they've had a bit of bad luck where they keep getting cards. It's just always Dracula card. You're like, oh, come on, give me a hunter event.
You get enough hired scouts to track him from city to city, almost, but you can't get anything else.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a rumor token.
Okay. Yeah.
Has the Mettking fan club arrived?
Let me see.
Nice.
We got 4 watching now.
Hey.
We got some cheers for Mistergreen though.
Oh, what is this? Has he recruited his own fan club? What's all this about? Who's saying this in the chat? Oh, love it.
He's a pillar of the board game community, Mistergreen.
Well, that's
How
true.
could you not expect that?
If he's not playing Fury of Dracula, he's playing Tabletop Simulator. I dread to think, all the communities he's part of.
Nothing, no local rumors in Vienna. That checks out. Why would Dracula be right next to those 2 big, burly, handsome gentlemen?
True. With their phenomenal buttons, right? Third hired scouts.
No,
oh, wow.
okay.
Well, that's him. He checked Varna and Constanta before, so that's pretty much the east all ruled out.
Yeah, we're thinking Italy or Central now.
He hasn't checked Bari yet, right? Ooh, I don't think so. He checked Amsterdam, maybe checked Naples, but not Bari, or maybe checked Nantes. I don't remember. I can't remember that last space he checked, if it was Bari or Naples or Nantes. I don't think it was Bari. It was definitely Amsterdam, though. Ooh, okay then. I mean, I should be cheering on Mistergreen. He's the lone European in the group, right? He's outnumbered, poor guy. He just, we need to get more Europeans in. I know there's already 2 Europeans in the final league. If we can get 3 and 3, like it was, well, last year it was actually 4 Europeans, 4 Americans in the final league. So if we can get, if we can get even again, that'd be great.
Yeah, Americans showing their stuff here.
Or maybe not. It'll just be down to Edward, Scissorhands, and Vakacic.
Well, where's Edward
the white
Scissorhands from?
Ukraine.
Okay. So you've got him, you've got Wakazik, and you got me and Pizza Wizard as the 4 winners right now. So that's an interesting 50-50 dichotomy.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got some trading going on.
Yeah.
That's not unusual.
I mean, that's the advantage of this start, right? Just item trades and just make the 2 of them just better than they already are, right?
I think I heard Schreider refer to it as the superhero start, because you turn Steward into a superhero.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah, you give him that heavenly host and the fast horses, maybe a steak. All of a sudden, he's cooking with gas. The problem then is you got to get him somewhere. But I think 58 is just a terrific spot. I mean, you can rail down to Genoa at 25.
I'm really intrigued by the alternative setup now. Who did that? Was that Quincy who did it? Or was there somebody else who did an alternative start where started both hunters in Munich and not in Vienna? Which I thought was kind of cool. Not on the rail line, so that does cause problems if you want to charter carriage east. Constanta is not reachable with 2 fast horse moves. You'd have to fast horse to then rail in. But it makes Bari a little bit less tempting because you can actually get there within 2 fast horse moves. So what do you do then? You're making the east a little bit stronger, but you're weakening Italy, and it also weakens Amsterdam.
Yeah. That not necessarily a bad idea because when Dracula starts in the east, it can be annoying. But I don't know. I feel like you can usually contain that situation. Yeah, he put a bunch of annoying stuff in the Baltics, but as long as you get on the trail and force him out of there, he's gonna have to leave by Black Sea or Ionian Sea.
Yeah.
None of those are amazing.
You just got to make sure that you don't get stuck in there trying to deal with all those encounters, and you get wiped or get caught on Dracula's space, and he kills a hunter or something.
Or you undercommit, and now Dracula circles back around and starts just doing a loop because he knows he can do it.
You almost have to overcommit a tiny bit just to force him out and deal the choke quickly, and then you just dash. It was kind of like what happened in the game between Mettking and Randiv, if I remember rightly. Oh god, local ruins again. That's not helpful. And in the wrong city too. Where there's like, I think 3 of them were in the east, and 2 of them got trapped with fog, but it didn't matter. He managed to just get Dracula out of there, and he got 2 hunters westward just quickly enough, and managed to catch Drac. So,
when I played Burke Molly, I used Consecrated Ground to make it so that he couldn't go to Athens, and then he wolf formed to 17, and then he had to leave via Black Sea, and I had Van Helsing in somewhere in Germany. I think he was in Berlin, and I had him rail to 38, chartered carriage to 36, chartered carriage, or no, the next one was just a rail white 3 to 48. So yeah, you can really speed them from one side of the map to the other if you have all the stuff you need to do it. As Dracula, you'd much rather, I think you'd much rather end the game by heading east, right? Like it's week 2, it's week 3, right? And now you wolf form into 59 or something and start trying to get towards the castle, and now they're running out of time, and I don't know. I feel like that's better than if you start there. Yeah, they have to deal with a bunch of awkward stuff, but you have to have a plan going forward after that. Where are you gonna go? Genoa?
True.
You're gonna wolf form from the Mediterranean.
And the Huns will know you're gonna do that, and they'll just plan for it, right? So, unless you can do something like really nasty, where I've done it against less experienced hunters, where I just stay in the east all game, as you say, you just run around in circles, you kill a hunter, get a vampire to mature, then nothing else is able to mature, otherwise you just win the game, and you just make them panic.
Right.
And if they do close in on you, you just leave. Yeah, because then they've overcommitted too far, right? So, I hope the chat is letting you know if there's any audio issues. I had a couple of issues with OBS. I think it's now fixed, but if there's any audio issues, I'll have to tell you.
I think we're okay. Nobody's saying anything.
Okay.
Schreider's watching though. We got our boy.
Hey.
This is interesting. Is this card gonna mature? Is it gonna be?
Well, if there's no
it's gonna happen.
No newspaper by the looks of it, then maybe it is going to, and that could easily be a hoax if there's no rumor on it. Well, bodyguards.
We never crunched the numbers on this though. What's the chance of Dracula actually starting the game with a hoax? Because he gets a hand of 7. No, he gets a hand of 5 out of 30.
No, 17, 22, 23, 28.
28 encounters.
I don't know, but I do know a website where I can do the calculation.
Not that it's super necessary, but I'm just kind of curious.
The odds are not that great, but I can crunch the numbers while Dracula's doing his turn.
Because as Dracula, what I might do is if you don't have the hoax, you still might not put the vampire down first, right? Because you're going to lose the 3 encounters behind it.
Yes.
Maybe if you're playing to be a little greedy, you put a spy down or a bodyguards or something like that. That's going to get you some value before the vampire goes off.
Yeah, I agree.
But a matured spy, I don't think is that good.
No, I think it's one of these things later in the game it's great, because if you've ascertained who has what items, you can then snipe something really, or you can force them to discard items, or just, if you target a hunter who only has 1 weapon, you're then forcing them to decide, especially if they're about to jump onto you or something, do I want to use this hunter now when they've only got 1 weapon? Early on, they might just supply an extra day and get something. So
wasted your time, practically. Yeah.
I argue bodyguards is better.
A matured bodyguards is much better. Spy is nice for when you think that hunter is going to jump on you and you don't have a fog. or you don't want to use the fog maybe, or you're pretty confident it's just going to be a one-on-one fight, you put down your spy, ambush him, and now he has to fight you with one fewer ticket, or he has to fight you, or not one fewer ticket, one fewer weapon, or he has to fight you and you know everything in his hand. So that's kind of like a win-win for Dracula, right?
Oh, trading. I've done the calculation. So if you've got counter hand of 28, 2 hoaxes in there, you're getting 5 at the beginning. The odds of you of having 1 is 30%.
Interesting. See, that's interesting because it makes you look at this game a little differently now. All of a sudden, there's only a 1 in 3 chance that this is the dreaded hoax. That doesn't mean it's not. It's just
and
something.
If it is a hoax, there's only 5 Dracula cards in the discard pile. The deck has kind of worked in the hunter's favor here, but then again, it only takes 1 to, ruin everything.
All right, only 1.
Send the House of Cards tumbling down.
It is a hoax. There's that 30% chance.
Yeah, it's not even 1 in 3, right? It's lower than that, which is, but yeah, for simplicity's sake, 1 in 3, yeah. Right. Yeah. Wow.
So he gets a card.
Oh no, he's keeping it.
I've heard Quincy Morris talk about this a little bit in one of the games he was co-commentating with you. He mentioned that like hoax is really bad. You shouldn't underestimate it. It is a really bad thing, but it might not be the like death sentence that all the hunter players seem to fear and think it is. Like when a hoax goes off and you could have done something about it, that feels really bad.
Yes.
But if a hoax goes off and there's nothing you could do about it anyway, like in this situation, you just got to keep your chin up, You just gotta say, well, there's lots of bad Dracula event cards as well as the good ones.
But then I'd also argue that this tournament we've seen what we would consider weak Dracula cards actually being pretty effective. So I'm thinking about Mettking. He used 2 roadblocks, not at the same time, which makes it even more impressive. You threw down 2 roadblocks then, yeah, but he used a roadblock, and then later in the game used another roadblock card to basically win in the game, to get mature, and then to stop the hunters to go onto his space.
Yeah.
Nocturnal Visit was really critical, because it got the 1 point from a Mesmerize Fangs combo to win the game, when the hunters were about to kill with Heroic Leap. Enraged was also really... which game was that? Oh, the one with Quincy Morris, right? And JB Philly, where Enraged was then really key.
Yeah.
That was also made worse when the hunters knew about it. It wasn't a surprise. So, Quincy could have played around it a little bit. But these are cards that these are not the surprise... these are not the Darkness Returns, Unearthly Swiftness, and Manuel Hildesheen type
not
cards.
Not the premier cards, for sure.
No, but they can still be really effective if the game allows it to be. So I think that's the thing. It all depends. I think then a lot of it comes into the skill of the Dracula player to know when to hit the trigger on these cards. And especially since you don't see the cards very often, right? That's a very hard skill to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Still no newspaper. What on earth is happening here?
Yeah, this is bloody tough for Mistergreen.
Here's a question.
You can only hope he's not being forced to discard the good cards.
Yeah, it makes you want... Oh, wow. Both evil presences. Very close to each other.
Lots of face-down event cards in the discard pile now. So he's been having to pitch quite a few of them, I think.
Here's a hypothetical for you. If you're a Mettking and you're realizing the hunters are not getting the cards they want, do you not mature this vampire?
I've pondered before not maturing a 7-point vampire and regretted it by the end of the game. Like, what do you do? Do you layer this? If it's a good spot for a layer, maybe, but all you're doing is saying, I'm gonna not take my 7 points in the hopes that later I could maybe take my 7 points.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna get... All right. Best case scenario, right? You return to the lair and you put something down on it that will also mature in addition to the vampire, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll be too scared to deal with it, or they'll try to deal with it and they'll be like delayed or beat up or whatever, and it'll mature. But I mean, you could just take that mature now. What's the point in doing it 10 turns from now?
And if you did layer it and then go back to it, you'd have to use another rumor token, because the way digital works, the rumor token's not kept on the layer location, right?
It might make a little more sense strategically if the rumor token stuck around, because now you're preserving that rumor token to use later. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense without
the only reason why I'm suggesting it, because maybe then now it'll reveal where he was.
That's true. Also, if the cards...
Oh, so he didn't check None. It must be Naples he checked then. Whoa. Oh, he could be anywhere now. That's how many spaces? 6 away from None. Goodness knows where he is. I mean, he isn't in Spain. He might have moved into Spain now.
Well, the unfortunate thing is, that didn't really tell us anything we didn't already know. Like, we kind of already assumed he was somewhere in the middle of the map.
Yeah, since the East got ruled out. So yeah, it's not like he gave the Huns a lot of information. And I really like him rumoring here, just to really, like, force the game, like,
better go deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
And not with me, Dracula.
This could just end, you know, in 3 days' time if the Hunters just haven't found this location. I mean, I expect they will, because they should surely have all the movement to get in around this area, but goodness knows where it is.
What they haven't got in Cards That Find Dracula, they've surely got in Cards That Kill Dracula.
Yeah. Or if they need to really burn a renewed vigor to find this. I'm also wondering, if he's picked up an Earthly Swiftness, he might be able just to force us to mature a day earlier.
That'd be really bad.
Wait, why is he supplying? Dangerous. Oh wow, I don't know why he's supplying that, because, like, surely you got all the horses out. Just you need to charge around. You need to try and find this.
Four cities from 39, right?
Yeah. So, wow. I mean, could be Leipzig. It could be. How far could it be? It could be 1, 2. Hamburg, Amsterdam.
Yeah, if I'm Philly, or I'm sorry, if I'm Mettking, maybe I'm hiding in Amsterdam because Hired Scouts already searched Amsterdam, right? So you go to Amsterdam, you lay down a hide. Maybe you slink back out to 16 and then go to 27.
It's not Florence, unless he hid in Florence and now he's moved to Florence because they checked Florence.
Oh my gosh.
There's
there's lots of possibilities because he's had so much travel time since his last home location.
Yeah. Oh no, he's having to use excellent weather like this because he can't afford to wait.
There's no time.
No, absolutely not. And then the Havre was probably on the trail, but then it got cleared, right? So from the non-mature, it could have been. Or because local rumors got triggered, maybe he did sneak into Spain and then he went back out again before the evil presence hit. There's just so many ways he could have gone here. He didn't wolf form either, by the way. I mean, this is just lack of information. There's not wolf form doing any damage.
Even if he went to 29, you wouldn't know. Even if he went to 15 or 8, you wouldn't know.
No.
Even if he went to 47, you wouldn't know. Yeah, this is brutal.
Yeah, this is gnarly.
This is a great example of how the vampire clearing Dracula's trail can actually be a big boon to Dracula if done correctly.
Correct.
I remember when I first started getting into this game and I was very new at it, I thought, like, I understood that it was a drawback for Dracula to have to get rid of his own cards, but him maturing that vampire, it just covers his own tracks so well.
Yeah.
He's practically picked up and moved somewhere like 4 cities down the line for all intents and purposes, as far as trying to track him down goes.
Yeah. If the hunters already knew, like, Dracula's, current location, and then he moves and then matures the vampire, that's not so good because, you gain 7 points, but you're wiping a lot of encounters that the hunters have to deal with. They can just focus on you now. But in a case like this, where the hunters had no idea where you are, within reason, they ruled out the east and stuff. But, as you said, it's so unknown where he is. And now Spain's open, so if Dracula is hanging around there, he can then go back into Spain now, because it's all wide open for him. And it's just, this is just nasty.
Tough spot. Tough spot.
I will say that the Mettking will probably be chuckling about this, because it's kind of like karma coming back in his favour a little bit, because during the group stage, he just couldn't get newspaper reports for love or money. So he's kind of been owed one. The Fury of Dracula gods are smiling on him at the moment.
I'm checking the chat. Sorry, chat. It's been a minute.
Oh, what's the chat saying?
We got Strider in here cracking jokes about Dracula becoming the elusive wood duck.
Oh, for goodness sake! Oh, why? Oh dear. Yeah, I'm trying to put up like serious Wingspan videos, and then I just see it's like, oh, there's a comment. Let's see if it's somebody analyzing my game, and then it's just like duck, 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 duck. Thanks, Strider, very much.
We've got some more Mettking gang in here as well, fam.
Mettking fan club hype. Let's go.
Yeah. We got 8 watching now, Scott Sword. Chat is
nice.
lit.
Hello, everybody.
If you build it, they will come.
And you got enthusiastic Scott Sword tonight. I do apologise. I received a message from a fellow Scot in the community who shall remain nameless, saying, "Oh my God, your commentary was so lethargic. Get a grip." I was like, it was 10 o'clock at night, dude.
Well,
like,
we can't all be the Scottish Morgan Freeman, you know.
Exactly. I was like, I'm so sorry for for having to dedicate energy to other things. But this is why. Sunday afternoon, got a cup of tea, Joe's got his coffee, and we've got lots of energy for Fury of Dracula. Now Wolf Form, and then now this is just horrible.
There it is.
You need a hypnosis here. This is like your saving grace. If
do you though? Because you can't chase Dracula here. You can't afford to chase Dracula. You have to get his vampire first.
But it might be able to tell you where the vampire is.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, you might be able to work out right.
He's in Spain.
Yeah. That he's not. Right. He couldn't have gone that far east before going back into Spain, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah. If he turns out he's in Italy, then your vampire's probably in like southern France somewhere. Yeah. Okay, that checks out.
But I really feel like Godalming should have moved. I don't know what Godalming's doing. Maybe, have we seen anyone with horses yet? Yeah, Suju's horses. So horse economy must be set up. It's like, just get moving around.
Yeah, you need to tighten the net by maybe having him go to 38.
What? Oh, okay. I thought you were down to Genoa. Okay, well, that rules out.
You got to watch out that Dracula doesn't take the small city highway from like 24, 60, 41, 44, and now he's just dodged you all, right? Okay, finally, some information.
He found it. Whoa.
Not the best place for a rumored vampire, to be honest with you, but you got to put something down, and Marseille's a decent city to travel through as Dracula.
Absolutely, yeah. And he just did it to force like a bit of pressure onto the hunter.
Right, it's not about maturing this vampire, it's about the threat.
Yeah, exactly. And if you force them to panic into, I don't know, dealing with, having to use renewed vigor to try and find this location because they're having to literally move twice, then... But still, like, where is he? Has he gone into Spain still? Has he managed to get... He could have been in 41 and now is wolf formed east. Goodness knows where he is right now. Okay,
I think if I'm trying to put on my Kazakh brain here, right, and deduce from what I think rather than what I know, but I think it's unlikely that he wolf formed into Spain. Because why wolf form into Spain? Spain's already kind of like a little dead end cul-de-sac, right? Why wolf form into Spain? Why not just go 48, 34, or 1 or something like that, right? Wolf form into Spain seems crazy. It's far more likely, I think, that he wolf formed into Italy, but even that doesn't seem likely either. Because, all right, if he went 25, 20, he's already in 20. Why is he going to wolf form? to get to Bari? Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem to make sense. Why wouldn't he just move normally to Rome, right? I think that he's used this wolf form to try to do what I said before, which is like thread the needle and slip through the net. If we find out that his next city was like 60, then I think that kind of confirms it almost. He could also be trying to, maybe he went like 24, 51, 16. That's like a pretty sneaky route as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's trying to do something along those lines, because it's far too risky to double back into France, and I don't think he will want to go into Spain.
Well,
right.
Unless I was thinking, they might just did they deal with the vampire? No, they didn't. There's a risk of psychic scan here, but maybe he's been really sneaky and has wolf formed from Strasbourg back into Nantes because it got cleared because of the vampire.
That's so unnecessary, though.
Yeah, I know. But just imagine, you look like a genius if it works. But yeah, I agree. I mean, he maybe just went safe and went even somewhere like okay, he's not in France. Okay, maybe he went as far as Prague, maybe. Or is now in Italy? Is there a way he could have done that? No, I don't think he can, because they had Milan blocked. They had, yeah, there's no way he could be in Italy now.
But Genoa wasn't checked, was it?
No, but then...
Florence was checked.
Oh, unless he wolf formed to Genoa. Oh, he'll be found out really quickly if he's done that, though. Going to Prague's not great, because he's having to go to Vienna now, and now Gadami's on a rail line up to him.
Right, but...
If you want to wolf form
Gadami has to do that first. Oh, yeah. You're saying if you wolf form. Okay, so 36, 60, 41, 50. Wolf form to 58, and then now you're in 59 or 11.
Gadami was in 58, so he's in 59. Okay. He could have wolf formed to 59, and now he's in 11 or 49 or 53. Unless he went to Strasbourg, then wolf formed to Prague, Gadami leaves Vienna, and then he moves into Vienna now. But then Gadami can just rail up to Czech. Oh, he saw horses.
This is tricky, because it's a tough spot, because you're tempted to just supply your way out of the situation, right? Hired scouts, newspapers, something like that. And the fact that you haven't seen so much of those cards makes it even more tempting, I think.
Oh, he has seen a lot of those. Well, he hasn't seen newspapers, but
he's seen hired scouts.
Three hired scouts, all the local rumors and evil presence cards.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
no
so
allies.
A newspaper would have no. Oh, he searched with Rufus, didn't he?
Okay, yeah, you're correct.
What is happening here?
But let me think of it this way. You've got one Rufus in the discard pile. Yeah, this is crazy. Probably some big necessary trade, if I had to guess. Heavenly Hosts, maybe.
Well, unless Gadami has... The others don't have stakes. But then why would you move... Well, you need a Psychic Scan with Mina, I suppose. Oh. Yeah, this feels really... Oh, none. No, it's impossible, because we worked out that he wasn't in France.
Why? I don't understand. Yeah.
No, I don't understand either. Yeah, that's the whole plan. Like, I thought he might have wolf formed, but the fact he really wasn't in France. What is happening?
What's going on?
Why are they all obsessed with going to Marseille? Is this like an achievement he's trying to get?
They're all taking turns going in and out.
Yeah. Oh, please don't move me into Nantes.
Please let there be some kind of explanation. Hey, he did go to Spain.
Oh, but then he wolf formed out of Barcelona.
But...
So
is he in 24 right now?
No, because he would have had to be in Clermont-Ferrand last term when they psychic scanned.
They psychic scanned last turn, yes, not.
So cannot be in 24 now. Although that would be really funny if he was, but no. So what's he done? He's wolf formed.
Probably gone to 1 and then 26.
Oh, maybe. But wolf formed out of Barcelona. Maybe he was really worried of a hunter checking 48, and he didn't want to be discovered, so he wolf formed over 48.
Well, that's what happens is like when you're Dracula and you're in 36 and you're like, oh, Barcelona looks really great this time of year. And then you get there and you realize there's only one way out.
Yeah, it's not a great spot, is it? Oh, unless he's moved. Oh, hang on. Unless he's in Toulouse now. He might.
Form to
No, no,
Toulouse?
no. No, how did that work? No, no, no. Hang on.
Yeah.
He could. Van Helsing was in Bordeaux, right? So he's not like he went to 47, then moved back into Bordeaux. Yeah, he's wolf form just to get deeper into Spain.
Mm-hmm. The exact thing I theorize he wouldn't do.
Yeah. But we've seen games, this tournament where... I think it was the Warcraft random game or something, where... didn't expect Dracula to go to Spain, expected him to wolf form somewhere else because of a misdirect or something, and then meanwhile Dracula was in Spain all this time. Misdirecting Barcelona would have been good. Maybe Mr. Trick there.
Yeah, that could have been useful.
Imagine if he misdirected Barcelona, then the Huns would have to go even deeper into Spain to find out that he's there.
Or Psychic Bond in Spain, yeah.
However, if it's an encounter that really slows down the hunters, then it's maybe worth it.
Right.
So he could have misdirected it last turn. That's what I mean. He could have done it. Oh, right. And that's why.
Gives you a lesson too about wolf form. Because like typically in your meta strategy, right, your high level play mindset, you would say, or at least I would say, I don't like to wolf form until I am wolf forming away from all of the hunters at the same time, right? For example, if you're Dracula and right now you were in 37, right, with this map setup. Oh, lucky find and escape route, cool.
And she has planned ambush. Oh my god.
Oh, wow, that'll be for later. But anyway, as Dracula, I tend to want to wolf form when I can use it to unearthly swiftness. But it
that's
will
GG.
Mature. That's
GG. Oh my god. What the fuck is going on?
Oh my god, that's brutal. That's brutal.
What the fuck?
We only just got started, damn you.
Oh, I'm so sorry, headphone users. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on?
That's good goose. Oh my goodness. It was unearthly swiftness. He shouldn't have delayed.
That's all you need.
He shouldn't have delayed. He should have dealt with it. Why didn't he deal with it?
I look at that Mettking just like, GG, he mic drop and just leaves.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening with this tournament?
And it's sadly it's on Mr. Green. It's on him because if he'd have said to himself, if Dracula has unearthly swiftness or darkness returns, then I'm going to lose. But he never asked himself that question, or he took his chances. Had every chance to deal with that vampire.
I know, there's like every hunter went onto Marseille.
They all took turns going there. I don't understand why none of them killed it. He thought he had another day, obviously, but when Dracula has an event card in his hand, you have to say to yourself, there's a possibility that I don't have another day.
And again, okay, so then we can work out the odds as well. Like, what are the chances that it was unearthly swiftness of all things?
Right, it had to be unearthly swiftness, or because darkness returns, he still could have searched at night, right?
So there's 25 Dracula cards, 1 unearthly swiftness. How many Dracula cards were there when he got the hooks mature? 5, I think, right?
I think it was 4 or 5.
I think it was 5. It's only then. It's 20%. 20% chance that he gets the 1 card. That just means he wins from that.
And for every time that happens, you've got a time where you play Dracula and you finish the game and you go, if that card that I got had been unearthly swiftness, I would have won.
Oh, I bet the fan club are going mental in the chat. What is going on?
Would Drac get more IDS if he made it to last week? Says Strider. I think that's right.
No.
I think you don't get extra IDS for each despair token. No.
No, so basically, Dracula only gets a bonus IDS if he loses and he gets to the 4th week. If Dracula wins,
checks out.
If Dracula wins, he just gets the bonus IDS anyway. So
that makes sense. Otherwise, you would encourage slow play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's Dracula gets the bonus if he loses, but it's in the 4th week, or he just wins and then that just does the trick. Yeah, so you can win as fast as you want, basically.
That makes sense. As Dracula, an early win shouldn't be worth less than a late win.
Exactly.
But losing later in the game means you held on for longer.
So exactly.
That checks out.
It's not perfect because we could do it other ways where you, like as Strider says, you get 1 point or something for each despair token, all this sort of stuff. But that's just too many things to keep track of, and it's going to just end up in more mistakes. I mean, we get mistakes in the Google Forms as it is with just final health, final influence, and when did the game end. That on its own causes mistakes. Mm-hmm. Let alone if you start saying to people, right, it's now compulsory to keep track of how many spare tokens are on the board and how many vampires matured, compulsory. I know we're asking questions like how many vampires matured, but that's optional. If you don't want to keep track of that stuff, then you don't have to. Well then, I settled in with a cup of tea for a 2-hour Dracula game, and then we were just, that happened.
At least, well, we weren't wrong. It was exciting.
It was.
I could have used a little bit more combat, maybe a little bit longer action, but sometimes you get an easy Drac win, or a quick Drac win, I should say.
I mean, Mettking won't be complaining.
No, goodness.
And
I don't know if I've ever had a Drac win like that.
No, I might have had it against really, new Hunter players who just don't check, they don't even bother checking the rumor token. But I've never had it where it's unearthly swiftness just forces it, a day earlier than you would expect. But as I said, how many hunters are on Marseille? Surely one of them must have had a stake.
It's an aristocratic. Well, actually, I don't know. The first one was an aristocratic.
No, it was a new vampire.
It was a new vampire.
Yeah, I think it was a new vampire.
The first one was
all it takes is just one of them to check it. I don't. Well, okay, maybe there's a grand plan involved.
There was probably something he was cooking up, and it just got a little messed over by that one card.
Yeah, maybe he just got so stressed. I mean, he was tooled up on all the events. I dread to think what stuff Mistergreen actually had.
Yeah, Mettking's in the chat here too now.
Oh, hey, Mettking, well played.
He was really worried that vampire in Marseille was going to be killed.
Yeah, the Mettking fan club are cheering. He'll be having that. It's 3-0, and he got 15 IDS out of this, by the way. That's massive.
Big swing.
Huge. That's I don't even know. I mean, he can still be caught, obviously, but that's just insane.
We have our first ever Fury of Dracula speedrunner in the community now.
I don't think you could beat the AI that fast.
Probably not.
Wow. That's insane. Oh, well, fair enough. I mean, Mettking will have a very happy Sunday.
Yeah, and for Mistergreen, it was tough. He didn't get the cards you need to find Dracula early, and then that, turned into a hoax, and that turned into a 7-point vampire. But even with all that, the game's still there to be won. There's still lots of opportunities. Whatever happened with that vampire in Marseille, there was a miscalculation that didn't take into effect Dracula's hand.
I don't know what he was waiting for. Was he just waiting? Maybe he thought it was
Snake?
Oh, you can't. I mean, I wasn't checking the item discard part, but surely somebody had a stake. Unless I missed it, he did ditch all the stakes. So I don't think he would. With
all the hunters, we have 4 different hunters there. You'd think somebody would have had a stake, yeah.
And even if it wasn't, just fight it. Surely got enough items just to. And even if you lose one weapon or 2 along the way because it's a night fight or whatever, you're getting rid of a rumor token. The game is safe. Maybe he thought it was a fog or something, and he didn't want to get all his hunters trapped in it. But then even if he did, it's like, well, then at least you can breathe a sigh of relief. It's not a vampire, so the game is safe.
Right.
Um,
I think he was thinking he had one more day.
I guess so. Don't know. I'm just gobsmacked by the entire thing. I think I've been saying that after every single game.
Well, that's what's great about this game is they're all different.
Mm-hmm.
You can take all this like theory crafting and what have you behind the game and the way the cards interact with each other, but ultimately all you can really do when you're playing it is try to gain like little micro advantages one bit at a time.
Yep.
And then sometimes you make a big play and gain a huge advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's often maybe not in this game so much because we just saw such a big fast game, but the game is often much slower and it's all about trying to eke out just these tiny little 1 or 2 point advantages,
Yeah,
so to speak.
exactly.
You're
Or
just
just
trying
like,
to nudge the game in your favor.
Exactly, that slightly more efficient, combat with a vampire, and then you get out with less health, damage, so then you can keep going on to the encounters and dealing with them, not having to stop and rest, and that all that efficiency just like, from a hunter perspective, that efficiency just builds up over time.
Right, it starts to snowball into your favor. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then
I
as
was
Dracula the
thinking
same.
about. Go on.
Yeah. I was just say, yeah, on you go.
I was just thinking about this game a little bit the other day, and it's interesting. Like, 'cause in a game like chess, for example, right? If you move your pawn forward, it's all about what is the opponent inclined to do, right? Is the opponent going to move their pawn forward to check advance, right? Are they going to try to counter your strategy? In Fury of Dracula, it's not just about what the opponent is inclined to do. It's about what they actually have the ability to do as well, because of the randomness of the event deck and the ticket pool and the encounter deck and the
And
combat hands.
item distribution, yeah.
Because of that randomness factor, you've got a game where it's not just about what does my opponent want, it's what is my opponent capable of at any given moment. And I just think that adds like a really fun little wrinkle to the game. You never know exactly what your opponent's got cooking up for you.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then you throw in the whole human factor as well, right? You can have like, theoretically, this is the right play to do here, and theoretically a card should be used this way, but then you're going to have different human personality and flavor, and then error all thrown in, and then you'll just be, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Mettking, the new elusive wood duck.
He was for a long time.
Right.
That's going to not make any sense at all. Oh dear.
Yeah,
That was funny with Strider, because he watched the whole video and then was just like, why did you care so much about the wood duck in the title? I'm like, why did you not watch the game?
Wood duck clickbait.
Wow, that's never been said before.
Well, it's funny because when I sat down with you, I was ready to make a bunch of jokes about do the hunters have the cormorant grouse card? Do they have heavenly hawk? Is Dracula going to use escape as bird in round 4? But I never had any opportunity.
He didn't, no. Oh dear.
Oh man, fun stuff.
Oh well, well, you got a lot more of your Sunday morning than you thought you had.
Yeah, I've got everything wide open to me now. I love it.
Yeah, same. Oh well, thank you for joining, Gyro. I don't know what we've just watched, but it was something anyway.
It was good stuff, man. It's a fun time.
Exactly. A good
If Dracula couldn't win like that, Dracula needs to be able to win games like that once in a while, right? There needs to be a threat that he can actually pull that off.
Absolutely, yeah. And you can't. And it's so funny how we were saying like, oh, what's the chance he's got a hoax? 30%. What's the chances that he's actually going to have a card that's going to be able to do the thing he wants to do? And it was like, got both those things. That's just what happened. I mean, to be fair, that was probably a little bit of revenge for Mistergreen. I don't remember the match from the European League, where he got such a huge point lead on Burke Marley. Then Burke Marley just turns on his drag radar, finds him in Cologne or Hamburg or whatever, and gets him
Beep,
down to
beep,
1 HP, then does a random night supply, gives Mr. Green unearthly swiftness, which then allows him to mature a vampire, and he wins on 1 health.
Yeah,
and I
that
was
was
just
a
like,
great game.
What have we just watched?
We're sitting there like, why is he going there? Oh, Dracula's there. And Berg Molly's just like, well, yeah, of course he
Obviously.
is.
Of course
Where did you think he was?
I said that in one of my videos. Just never play. In Britain we call it Where's Wally. I think you call it Where's Waldo. Just never
Right.
play that with Burke Marley. You'll get it before you turn the page.
There he is.
Oh dear. Well, thank you very much, Gyro. That was again very well played by Mettking there. You got a decent win. I'm really sorry I apologise to everybody who maybe got their eardrums blown out by my reaction. I just didn't believe what I was seeing. But hey, I brought all the energy, and it wasn't a 2-hour game, so I had to use up all my energy in like 10 seconds there. So yeah, that's
you're
what happened.
definitely invested.
Yeah, indeed. No more criticisms. Oh well, thanks
for
everybody for
having me.
watching. Oh, you're always welcome, Gyro. Always a pleasure. And thank you to everybody who's watching. Sorry I wasn't keeping an eye on the chat. My phone is away charging, so I've got other stuff to do after this with it. But lots of phone calls to make and the like. But yep, I hope you've all enjoyed it. And yeah, I guess the results will be posted really soon, later today, and we'll see. Mettking will be happy, top of the tree after 3 matches. Almost got one foot in the final league. We'll have to see if he can finish the job. Mr. Green's got to play catch up, but Mr. Green's got the experience to do so. So we'll have to see. All very exciting stuff.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Absolutely, seconded. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye bye. Thanks for all the commentary, Gyro.